The chance which now seems lost may present itself at the last moment. It seems wisest to assume the worst from the beginning, and let anything better come as a surprise. It is a great misfortune to be alone, my friends, and it must be believed that solitude can quickly destroy reason. I see that it is by no means useless to travel, if a man wants to see something new. We are of opinion that instead of letting books grow moldy behind an iron grating, far from the vulgar gaze, it is better to let them wear out by being read. Anything one man can imagine, other men can make real. Science, my lad, is made up of mistakes, but they are mistakes which it is useful to make, because they lead little by little to the truth. We may brave human laws, but we cannot resist natural ones. I believe cats to be spirits come to earth. A cat, I am sure, could walk on a cloud without coming through. Reality provides us with facts so romantic that imagination itself could add nothing to them. If there were no thunder, men would have little fear of lightning. The earth does not need new continents, but new men. The human mind delights in grand conceptions of supernatural beings. A true Englishman doesn't joke when he is talking about so serious a thing as a wager. How many things have been denied one day, only to become realities the next? I dream with my eyes open. I looked on, I thought, I reflected, I admired, in a state of stupefaction not altogether unmingled with fear. Nature's creative power is far beyond man's instinct of destruction. If his destiny be strange, it is also sublime. Well, I feel that we should always put a little art into what we do. It's better that way. We see that science is eminently perfectible, and that each theory has constantly to give way to a fresh one. There are no impossible obstacles. There are just stronger and weaker wills. That's all. As long as the heart beats, as long as body and soul keep together, I cannot admit that any creature endowed with a will has need to despair of life. What use are the best of arguments when they can be destroyed by force? It is only when you suffer that you really understand. If at every instant we may perish, so at every instant we may be saved. What darkness to you is light to me. It may be taken for granted that, rash as the Americans are, when they are prudent there is good reason for it. What pen can describe this scene of marvelous horror? What pencil can portray it? Before all masters, necessity is the one most listened to, and who teaches the best. On the surface of the ocean, men wage war and destroy each other. But down here, just a few feet beneath the surface, there is a calm and peace, unmolested by man. Perfume is the soul of the flower, and sea flowers have no soul. So is man's heart. The desire to perform a work which will endure, which will survive him, is the origin of his superiority over all other living creatures here below. It is this which has established his dominion, and this it is which justifies it over all the world. Wherever he saw a hole, he always wanted to know the depth of it. To him this was important. I am not what you call a civilized man. I have done with society entirely, for reasons which I alone have the right of appreciating. I do not, therefore, obey its laws, and I desire you never to allude to them before me again. However, everything has an end. Everything passes away, even the hunger of people who have not eaten. On the earth, even in the darkest night, the light never wholly abandons his rule. It is diffused and subtle, but little as may remain. The retina of the eye is sensible of it. All great actions return to God, from whom they are derived. In presence of nature's grand convulsions, man is powerless. A scholar has to know a little of everything. It was obvious that the matter had to be settled, and evasions were distasteful to me. He who is mistaken in an action which he sincerely believes to be right may be an enemy, but retains our esteem. While there is life, there is hope. I beg to assert that as long as a man's heart beats, as long as a man's flesh quivers, I do not allow that a being gifted with thought and will can allow himself to despair. Great robbers always resemble honest folk. Fellows who have rascally faces have only one course to take, and that is to remain honest. Otherwise, they would be arrested offhand. Ah, women and young girls, how incomprehensible are your feminine hearts. When you are not the timidest, you are the bravest of creatures. The sea is everything. It covers 7/10 of the terrestrial globe. Its breath is pure and healthy. It is an immense desert where man is never lonely, for he feels life stirring on all sides. The sea is only the embodiment of a supernatural and wonderful existence. It is nothing but love and emotion. It is the living infinite.